Each month in my studio, I focus on a single color, not just as pigment, but as presence and in energy. I study how it's been interpreted through history, what vibrations it carries emotionally, and how it shows up in our lives today. March belongs to aquamarine, both as a color and as a birthstone. It's a hue that has always symbolized calm waters, truth, and the gentle courage to speak from the heart. As a stone, it symbolizes tranquility, serenity, and harmony. This painting is my conversation with that color. Ancient mariners believed aquamarine could calm the seas and protect them on their journeys. When I paint, I see its energy of aquamarine soothing the emotional currents that move through me while I work. It softens that inner push to control and invites me to trust the process. I see aquamarine as the color of the throat chakra, which reinforces the idea of speaking your truth and communicating with authenticity, reminding us to speak through the presence of peace and to express ourselves in non-reactive ways. Aquamarine Sky, which is what I've called this piece, joins my Color Symbolism Series, where I am exploring the energy, emotion, and symbolism of color. Each painting translates a single color spirit into form. Working in this way helps me keep my attention traveling in one direction so I can go deeper instead of wider, letting color become both a teacher and a path. All of these explorations into color will eventually gather together in my upcoming book being released later this year. Find the link to the waitlist in the description below this video, and if you'd like to follow this journey into color, be sure to hit the subscribe button. Here, the sky is filled with small, cirro-cumulus clouds, tiny spheres floating like soft cotton balls in the sky. They appeared kind of unexpectedly in the sky the day before I began to paint this image, and I was totally taken by them and knew that it was a sign that that's what I should be painting in this aquamarine color. As I painted, I started to see them not just as clouds, but as symbols of wholeness. In sacred geometry, the sphere represents unity, the complete form that contains all possibilities. Spheres are full of potential, and these, being aquamarine in color, represent the unlimited potential of peace and calm. This work echoes what I've learned from my personal energy portraits. In those pieces, color always chooses its own dialogue. An object might shift from brown to blue, not by mistake, but because the frequency of the blue tells a truer story. In my portraits, objects, patterns, and hues mirror something that's happening within the person's life. So sometimes a brown object may appear blue in a portrait because color and object combine and reveal a deeper, more unique message for the sitter. These paintings follow a similar truth. Color choosing its own aspect to be represented. When I step back and I look at the sky, it feels like a breath made visible. And it reminds me why I paint, to translate the unseen energy that moves through everything and all of us into something we can hold and see. That's what the Color Symbolism Series is really about. I'm calling this piece Aquamarine Sky. It captures that moment of translation where sky meets meaning and color becomes a story. May these soft spheres remind you too that wholeness isn't something we need to be seeking, but instead it's something we're here to remember. I'm Tonya Henderson, and this has been my interpretation for the month of March in the Color Symbolism Series, where I'm leaning into the exploration of energy, emotion, and the symbolism of color. View my available artworks and learn about personal energy portraits at tonyahenderson.com.